What is up, everybody? It is Rodak here with Rodak Survival, and yesterday I jumped in my first ever Supercross series. Now, big shout out to CCRL on Discord or Coast to Coast Racing. They're the one putting this series together. Unfortunately, I'm coming in on the last two rounds of the series. I didn't really know about any of this stuff until basically this week, so I'm trying to sign up for everything that I can because any chance you have to get your feet wet, you might as well jump in. So I signed up for the series that they're running on Tuesday nights. I signed up for the 250 amateurs, and the way they do this is they do a random spin wheel, and that determines what round that you're gonna race. Now, this is really gonna be testing my skills and where I'm at in the game because they are running the 2023 ARL Supercross tracks. I don't have any of those downloaded, so even though the round is a random pick, I assume that most of these people have had these tracks and they've already played them. For me, I'm waiting to go see what round it is to go buy it on the shop. And also, the qualifying sessions basically go up 2 to 3 minutes after they decide what track it is. So basically nothing here is working in my favor, but I love to challenge myself and we're just doing it for fun. We're not gonna be in points anyways, and we ended up getting round 5 Tampa, so I ran to the shop, downloaded it really quick. And before we jump into qualifying, guys, if you can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Also, go follow the Discord. The link is in the description. Let's get into qualifying. So here we are in qualifying, and I had 15 minutes in qualifying to try to run a fast lap, but I was unable to make this triple, and I really only had like 2 laps of practice coming into qualifying, so I had no setup. But that setup that I was trying to work with, I just couldn't make it over the triple, and when I did, I was getting squirrely in the whoop section, but eventually, with 2 minutes left, I am gonna run a qualifying fast lap, and here you guys go. So I end up finally running a 58.15, but will that be enough to get me into the A main? I scroll down and I see a 58 flat is the A main, and I ended up qualifying 24th. So I was 2 spots out of making the A main. I was super bummed about that, but we don't have time to sulk on that. We have a race to prepare for. We got to get our mind right because no matter where you're at, you want to win. So we're in the B main. Unfortunately, I'm not making the A main on my first try, but we're here, we're in Tampa, we're here to race, we're here to have fun, but we're also here to do the best that we can and learn. So let's go ahead and jump into Moto number 1. So here we are in Moto number 1. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm a little bit nervous, a little bit excited at the same time. I don't know what to expect, but that gate's about to drop. Let's get it. So I get a decent jump off the line, but I'm so far back and on the outside that I'm like, I'm gonna let someone go. And then the last person on the gate, or down the straightaway, I should say, is going to take me out. So I'm like, oh my gosh, dead last on my first ever race. What are we gonna do? Then I go down again, so that's 2 crashes already on the first lap. Not good. And then carnage right here, and I'm gonna hit someone else who goes down. 3 crashes on the first lap. You have got to be kidding me. So coming around on the first lap, and we are already basically 15 seconds behind the lead, and I'm like, man, we just gotta, we don't have time to think about it. I was pretty frustrated, but all we gotta do is just try to just pick off as many people as we can. And as you guys know, I'm gonna let it run for a little bit. I'll jump in here and out, but yeah, enjoy the race. So a lot better of a second lap. I'm already up into the top 7, so let's see how many we can pick off. We're not too far behind the leader still. So someone must have went off the track somewhere. We're gonna be in 6th place, and then this guy's gonna let me go. I think that was Spicy. He knows me from my YouTube channel, and he hit me up on Discord. And so, Spicy, if you ever watch this video, do not let me go by. Race your own race. I do not want to be handed positions. Like, I appreciate it, and I appreciate the gesture, but race your race. Do not just hand me positions. I want to work for it. Then I make a big mistake right here, and I get Paboso physics going up this, so I just slow down because I don't want to get the the wobbles going back and forth, and he's gonna get back by. So back to 6 we go, but yeah, we're making a charge, boys. He's gonna end up going down right there, going for the triple, so now we're in 5th. Now right here, I see there's a group of guys right in front of me, and then I look over at timing and scoring, and we're only like 6 seconds behind second place. So I'm like, oh, I have a chance to get a podium here. Just got to keep it smooth. Now, J-Lou right here is a lapper. Dude, what are you doing? Why are you cutting over the track? And then he goes down and he almost takes me out with him. I'm like, come on, dude, you gotta be better than that. And then I run into somebody, but that was 4th place that went down. So now we're in 4th place, and right in front of me in the sand section is that spot that I want. That is the podium right there. He's just now going the other way. Let's get to work. We got 5 minutes to go. Now these next 4.5 minutes to the end of the race is an absolute battle. Sit back and enjoy. Now he's gonna go down, and then I go down, and he collects me with him, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was my opportunity to be able to pass and get away. And we're just gonna resume the battle basically how it was before we both ended up going down. But yeah, like I said, enjoy the battle. Some lappers are gonna go down this corner. That kind of messes up his rhythm. He hits that tough block. I'm going right for the pass, and it's the last lap. The white flag is out, and we are in the podium spot. Now all we gotta do is try to hold it. Now I realize I got a little space, so I take this corner extra slow. We are coming around for our first time ever in a Supercross series, and we're getting a podium, and I couldn't be any more pumped. Shout out to Hunter though, he was there in third, and I knew I was a little bit faster because I would make mistakes and be able to catch right back up, but I didn't want to take a chance of taking him out, and I didn't want to take a chance of trying to go for any passes and, like I said, potentially taking him out or anything, so I waited for an opportunity. Now if it arose in that last lap to have to go for a, you know, like a rough pass, I would have done it, but I just kind of waited my time, and on the last lap, unfortunately, some lappers are going to get in his way, and I hate to be able to get the position that way, but we take what we get, and we're coming away with a podium in our first ever CCRL Supercross race. But I need to stop yapping and get along with this because this is going to be a super long video. You guys let me know before this race gets going. You guys let me know in the comments, do you want to see the full motos or do you want to see me condense them? But here we are, Moto 2, let's get it. I get up to a great start, and then I'm gonna end up going down, and we're basically in last again, but I have the confidence from the first moto we can catch back up. So after the first lap, we've already made our way into fifth, about to go into fourth right here, and I'm like, all right, maybe I can even contend for the lead because the leaders were not pulling away from me in that first moto very much unless I crashed or made a mistake. So let's try to see what we can do. But then I end up making a mistake. I saw that other guy go over the bars, and that distracted me enough to where I went over the bars, and I'm like, oh, I hate when I mean, obviously everybody hates when they crash, but it's just like you're throwing it away and you could see it right there, but we just got more work to do. Someone's gonna go down right there, another position for us. Someone's gonna go down right there, and unfortunately their bike comes right into me. That is so unfortunate. I feel like I am so unlucky with that in this game, where I don't follow their line and their bike somehow flies into me, but we're still gonna get the position nonetheless. Make a mistake right there. Was feeling the pressure too bit and looking too much behind me. Gotta stop, gotta break that habit, but losing the position right there, going back to 6th. He's gonna go down again. We're getting the position right back. Now this really kind of frustrated me right here. This is a lap where I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I don't mind when people are fighting for position, but you know, it's like you can say like, you know, I put myself in that position, that's what I deserve. But when it's a lapper, there's nothing you can do. They're getting lapped. Just get out of the way, please. I tried to go for that triple there too. I saw other people doing it, and I came up short very first time, and I was like, you know what? I'm not trying that anymore. We're in a good spot. I'm not gonna throw it away. So these two people right here in front of me are the podium positions. We are currently in 4th. That is 2nd and 3rd right there. We got 5 minutes to go. Let's see if we can run it back. Then I go flying off the track right there, and I'm like, you idiot. I tried to go for the triple when I didn't really have the speed. That's gonna allow us to go drop back a position, and I'm like, oh man, you had it right there and you've messed it up. Get weird. I almost front took right there. I don't know how I saved that. Gonna go make a pass right there. That is gonna put us into 4th. So now, like I said, there's 3rd and 2nd right in front of me. I want that position. Another lapper, or I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And then I go down. I was like, man, gosh, they're still right there, but I was really trying to push it. And I think, you know, I can sit here and want to blame it on that lapper all I want and getting distracted and having them lapse in the flow, but at the end of the day, that's my fault. But ultimately, we are coming across the line in fourth. Unfortunate, but look at that. We were only 17 seconds behind the leader. I believe that if I could have got off to 2 better starts in both motos, I think that I could have challenged for the win. Now, that might be me speaking optimistically, but I genuinely think I could have won this race. But I am happy with a 3-4. I wasn't happy that I didn't make the A main, but getting to race and getting that experience, I will take that all day. And coming away with a 3-4 is a lot better than a 5-6, an 8-9, or a 10 whatever. So I am happy with that. That is my first time ever competing in a series in Supercross on this game. And to come away with a 3-4, I will absolutely take that. So we are coming away with 3rd place for the overall in my first ever series race, and I am super pumped about that. So I'm gonna quit yapping. This video has been long enough, but stick along for the journey, guys. Like I said, I promise you one day we will get into one of those ARL races. I'm gonna keep jumping into these races, and I'm gonna keep joining these new series. Hit that like button and that subscribe button if you're ready for more, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.